CJ, at what point did you guys just realize that Rienk was on one tonight? You just got to
shoot. Once he hit that, before he hit that step back three in the first half, I was like, yeah, he got it going. And it just kind of went from there. He was super steady throughout the whole game. You know, just his attack, and of course he's solid as heck on defense. So he just impacted the game completely today. So.
Rienk, coach had mentioned that the last couple of days he'd kind of seen you look a little different, just physically, more balanced in your step. You mentioned the jump testing that you guys are doing, putting up bigger numbers since December. Have you kind of felt rejuvenated or a little bit with the way that they've kind of limited your workload in practice?
I mean, we tried a couple different things with the knee. It's still a day-to-day thing. So apparently, whatever we're doing right now is working. So, yeah, I'll talk to the athletic trainer and we'll keep doing what we're doing right now. But it's just really been a day-to-day thing. And honestly, when Coach Hurrdat, like what he mentioned about the jump test, those jumps didn't feel like special or anything. But for some reason, the numbers were very good. So I guess that's a good sign when I don't expect to be like moving well, but I'm actually moving well. That's good. So day-to-day thing, but whatever we're doing right now is working.
Rienk, when did you know you were in the zone, and how does that affect how you play when you're hitting everything the way you were tonight?
I mean, like CJ said, when I hit that step back, you don't hit that one that often. I was kind of mad at myself for shooting it, but I was just not thinking, and it just shot it, and it went in. And then you kind of know, oh, it's one of those days. Everybody, like all basketball players, I think we all know when, like, you sometimes have those days where the rim looks like an ocean, and whatever you throw up goes in. And unfortunately, I don't have those days that often. So, I mean, once you have them, it's pretty fun. I mean, yeah, I don't expect to shoot the exact same percentage in the next game, but this does give a lot of confidence.
Is there ever a time in any competition where you've made 6 3-pointers before?
In practice. Trying to remember. I know I had a night like this for my pro team when I was like 16 or 17, and I think I hit like 5 that night. But that was the same feeling where whatever you throw up there is just going in. But mostly in practice, this was pretty special to actually do in a real game.
Hey, Rienk, you guys were up 10 to start the second half, and they cut that lead down to 3. CJ checks in and hits 2 corner threes to get the game back under control. Not just this game, but the entire season. How valuable has he been as that spark off the bench to kind of get things going when you hit a bit of a lull?
Oh, he's been huge. Whenever he comes in, I'm looking for him always. He's been enormous, just bringing that spark, and whenever we need a 3 or even a good play, like he's been very solid with using his shot fake and getting to the rim and even getting other guys open. I mean, if you have something like that off the bench, that just adds so much depth to your whole offense. And I mean, the spotlight was on me today, but CJ was phenomenal today too.
Rienk, how much do you think your 6 threes would maybe open things up going forward, scouting report and stuff from other teams?
I mean, we've been seeing it a little bit. They've been putting the 4 more on me so that they can switch more of our actions. I mean, I'm expecting that's gonna keep going, where they can switch it so I don't have easy pops. But I mean, after a night like tonight, they're gonna scout it even heavier. So it's gonna be tough to get open looks. But I mean, if there's that much pressure on me, then other guys are gonna be open. So I mean, next game, somebody else can step up and have a huge game. That's the kind of team we have. Everybody can have a big night.
CJ, Coach talked about how big these 2 home wins were, especially after how Iowa and Rutgers went. How's the feeling in the locker room about regaining that momentum, getting 2 big wins?
I mean, it's exciting, you know. We get the chance to go on the road and go +1 in our conference, which is what we need, which is what we were trying to do. We had several opportunities to do so, and you know, these 2 wins give us a little bit of momentum and give us a little bit of oomph going into that road game, which is where we've been struggling a little bit. So,
CJ, just knowing what Rienk has been through this season, just how happy are you for him that he had a game like him?
I was just telling my girlfriend about him, man. He's one of the most positive dudes I know, just from a standpoint of like what he's been through, as you guys obviously know, before the season started, at the beginning of the season, and then having to go through surgery. He's been smiling doing it all. So he's somebody I look at just to try to just keep my hopes up. You know what I mean? Like whenever something maybe not necessarily going the way I wanted to. You know what I mean? He's super positive. So definitely somebody I learned from for sure.
You guys scored a lot of points, made a lot of 3-pointers, but you won the rebounding margin and you only committed 6 turnovers. How critical were those two components beyond just making a bunch of threes to your success in it?
I think that's ultimately what the game plan was. You know, not turning it over and rebounding the ball. You know, what we're 11-0 when we win boards.
Something like that.
Something like that. So.
But yeah, seeing on the scouting report, we saw that they're a very, very good rebounding team. Knowing from our past, we have not, in Big Ten play, we've not been rebounding it that well. Last game, we did a very good job, and we've been saying it in practice all the time. We got to keep that going, so we did that again today, won the boards, and I mean, if you win the boards in the Big Ten, you set yourself up for success.
To that point, what do you have to do against a team like Ohio State that's big, that rebounds well? What do you have to do to counter that and win the boards like you did tonight?
I mean, what me and Joe talk about is like we got to keep their big fellas off the glass, and then I tell my guards like, hey, I'm gonna keep this big fella off the board. You guys gotta come and actually grab the rebound. I don't have to get the rebound. Just somebody get the rebound. So just those guards getting in there and also getting boards has been huge.
And I also think is the team being connected. You know, just connect the team. You know, I think because as he said, he shouldn't have to tell us that we should have to smash down. You know what I mean? Just understanding that they're fighting down there, we have to smash down, or even looking to box out. That's something we've been talking about a lot lately, and so I added to being connected as a team.
Rienk, I know you had a couple battle scars there, and it's the second game in a row you've had a timeout because of an injury with your arm, but just in general, can you just say about the physicality of the Big Ten being your first year here?
Somebody gotta cut their fingernails. I mean, as big man, I'm kind of used to it. My elbow is kind of annoying now, but we got a couple days, so I hope that it heals well enough that I think today when I dove on the ground, some scarring opened up again. It's part of the game. It really is part of the game. So yeah.
Rienk, CJ talked about it, but just, you know, with everything you've been through, the surgery, some off the court stuff, to have a game like this and the growth you've had in this program, you know, what does a night like tonight mean to you?
I mean, it's fun. But at the end of the day, we win one game. We took care of business at home. Played great, good, but I want to emphasize it to everybody. Like, we got to move on to the next one, and we got to actually get a road win now. That's our next goal. Like, this game, got to win, protect the home. Let's go on the road and get one. Get a win on the road. Let's go.
Thank you, guys.